Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got this Aston Martin V8 Vantage in for some visual and some performance upgrades. We're going to be installing a Quicksilver catback along with a centre section, getting some new tyres so we can ditch them nasty P0s, and we're going to be changing the colour of the calipers on this car. So we'll get it in the workshop, get the brake calipers off so they can get sent to the body shop, and then we can start work on this car. So we'll see you in the workshop. Brake calipers are off the Aston Martin now. They've gone to the body shop to get recoloured. We've got the stock exhaust system off this car, and in front of us we have the Quicksilver uprated exhaust. So the Quicksilver has twin tips rather than single tips. So what we do is install the Aston Martin twin tip valance so you can have a quad tip setup. Let's get the exhaust installed onto the car and see what it sounds like. Before we get the car back on the floor, we've got the brakes installed, the wheels with the new tyres, the Quicksilver is now installed. With this car being an Aston Martin Vantage, there is no OBD protocols for this car, so we need to take the ECU out, which is in the front right wheel arch liner. So here we've got the ECU, we're going to extract the data from this ECU and we can modify it, make a stage 1 base file, get it flashed into the ECU, and then we can get it onto the dyno and do some testing. If the car needs some further tweaks, we'll have to pull the ECU back out and make some extra modifications to the file. So we'll get this done, get it installed in the car, get it up and running, and then we'll see you in the dyno cell. So many will know that the new Aston Martin Vantage has the Mercedes 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine from the C63. So it has the same control unit and the same sort of Mercedes logic because it's basically a C63. So we've extracted the stock data from the ECU and we've imported that into Winolls. As you can see, we've got two screens here. With it being a car that we haven't done much of, we haven't got much resources in terms of building a map pack. So what I've done is used a combination between C63 and E63 Damos files to make a map pack that I know will get this car tuned. So all the load control maps, timing maps, torque maps, all of them have been redefined into the Aston Martin file using a Mercedes Damos file. So here we've got ECM Titanium, which is a piece of software that I like to use. It's just a little bit quicker than having to go through defining every single different map in Winolls. If you don't have a Damos file, that's a close match. So we've got Winolls here. This is our stage 1 base. We've used a combination between Winolls and ECM Titanium to make a base file for this car. We've done a few Aston Martin Vantages on this year model before, and they usually make around 600 brake horsepower stage 1. So that's where we'd kind of guess this is going to be around when we get on the dyno. When we've installed the Quicksilver catback, we've done a secondary cat delete on this car. So that's going to give it a little bit of extra power as well. So this file now is flashed onto the ECU. The ECU is currently getting reinstalled back into the car. Then we can get it back up and running and see what it sounds like. So we'll see you there. We're about finished up now on the Aston. We're on to our second revision. The first revision we had to make some minor adjustments to the load control because we were getting a little bit of throttle closure at the start of the run. That now in revision 2 is all sorted. These cars on our dyno usually make about 520 brake horsepower and 500 foot-pound of torque. With this particular car, we didn't get a chance to get it on the dyno beforehand, but we did data log it out on the road, and all the data from the stock calibration was exactly where it should be. So this should be making stock power. So now with our stage 1 calibration, the car is now making 611 brake horsepower and 605 foot-pound of torque. So we've got a nice healthy gain there throughout the whole of the RPM range. And that's it guys, another build complete and ready to go back to the customer. As always guys, if you've liked this video, make sure you've liked, subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one.